Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I've been a video making fool all night long. The only difference is I'm just making more videos this evening. The other part is call it a Tuesday or actually Wednesday. Anyway, I want to talk about hypocrisy and that sort of thing. And when it comes to politics, hypocrisy is not in short supply. And that definitely would apply to this little mousy thing from Colorado, Lauren Boebert. She's one of the crazies in Congress. She's basically, she looks like Sarah Palin. She acts like Marjorie Taylor Greene. At this point, I feel like I almost owe Sarah Palin an apology for being so mean to her all these years, considering how I used to talk so much shit about her and that. These people today make Sarah Palin, and heavens forbid, even Michelle Bachmann look sane by comparison. That says a lot. I mean, that says a lot. But thing about it is that you know, these family values, crazy right wing people who morally virtues that how wonderful and how Christian they are. I mean, they do things like like drive recklessly, and husbands and boyfriends were exposing themselves at a bowling alley to young people, and that sort of thing. And these are the people that are talking about pedophilia and all of that, and the whole QAnon thing. And right now, she is so fucking crazy, Lauren Boebert. She's in a disadvantage where someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene is not. Marjorie Taylor Greene is basically she's in a 50%. She's essentially in a 50% plus Republican district in Northwest Georgia. So unfortunately, we will be seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene come back to Congress in the fall. I mean, in January, because she's going to be reelected, unfortunately, and she will have committees assignments, and she's going to actually have some degree of power. And instead of being the freeloader and highest paid welfare recipient that she is currently. But with regard to Lauren Boebert, I mean, the only thing is that Lauren Boebert she's sort of like the mini me to Dr. Evil with regard to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And full of character flaws, she is, but she was in a very safe right-wing district in Colorado, and it was basically what one would call a QAnon district, and there were some gerrymandering, and it's now kind of like a more moderate, saner branch of Republican district kind of merged, and she's in a primary battle right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Because Madison Cawthorn down in North Carolina was defeated. So that was one down. So she's in a political battle of her life right now. And she's got a lot of baggage. And apparently she was apparently an escort at one point. And it's been going around that she's had 2 abortions in the past. And we're talking about the anti-abortion zealotry of people like Lauren Boebert, and the people who clutches their pearls as far as probably looking down at people who would be escorts and all this. This little high school dropout. This person, she is a one hell of a stereotype that somebody who's concerned with working class people like myself will not use in this context, because as much as I want to degrade and humiliate Lauren Boebert, and I do. I mean, look at that mouth being open. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, get rid of Marjorie Taylor Greene and have Lauren Boebert's mouth open like that, my dick being in there, my cock being in that mouth would probably be good. It's just let her not say anything political. Marjorie Taylor Greene, go away. But she is objectively attractive, but she ruins it with her politics, and she just ruins it just being as obnoxious as she is, because she's very obnoxious. Now, I understand that there are people who are like registering as Democrats to go and defeat her in the primaries, and that's going to be an interesting situation. See how that turns out too. But suffice to say, there is a website called fireboebert.com, because that has all the information. I'm going to leave the link down. But hold on, I'll show you the webpage, because the webpage exists. And the reason I'm going to show it, because I I don't want it to make it look like slander and all of that. I mean, because these allegations are what they are, allegations. But you know what? If there's any validity to it, you know, if there's any validity to this, I mean, it needs to be brought out into the open. That Lauren Boebert, was an illegal paid escort for sugardaddymeat.com. Apparently, she had 2 abortions, one at Planned Parenthood. Apparently, allegedly, Boebert met with Ted Cruz through the Koch family member client in Aspen, Colorado. All that is listed on this website here. And of course, there's her drunk driving in a wreck with her son and dog in that vehicle. She passed nearly killing her sister-in-law during a drunk driving accident while driving a 4x4 in somewhere in Utah. Begging sister-in-law to say nothing, covered up the accident. Several weeks before the 2020 primary, she bailed out of the 4x4 with her sister-in-law, son, and dog still in vehicle. Sounds like kind of like a Ted Kennedy moment there. And, Republicans never let Kennedy go about this sort of thing. Utah and Colorado officials request to investigate Boebert for reckless child abuse for drinking and driving. So, I remember when they talked about the character flaws that Bill Clinton had when he was president back in the 1990s, the right wing. But apparently it's okay when Republicans have character flaws, but only when Democrats or anybody else who's not a Republican, if they have a character flaw, then all of a sudden it's wrong and it's bad and everything. Because, when it comes to Republicans, it's like only thing that matters is winning at all costs. And doesn't matter how hypocritical many of them are. It doesn't matter at all. Just only thing I hate to bring about it just sounds like I'm just bashing Republicans and everything because it bothers me. I hate to sound like a partisan hack, but she is such a reprehensible human being that this needs to be brought out. And people like Lauren Boebert and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress are an obstacle to actual bona fide progress. So are Democrats too, in a lot of ways. But honestly, at the end of the day, Republicans are the biggest obstacle. Knock as many Republicans out of the way as possible. Maybe some better things can happen. But I say knock out the Republicans out of the way, but also anybody who wants to fight in the Democratic Party, not to make it sound too partisan, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they are one half of the problems in this country. The other half is Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They are the other half. They are. I mean, so I'm not being partisan saying this sort of thing, but yeah. So there you have it. I mean, she's quite a as I said, just quite a quite a character flaw. She is in the making and all that. So anyway, if you like what you heard, press like and comment anyway. If you disagree with what I have to say, and we'll have a conversation regardless. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. Hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, and remember, there's no war like class war. We have to wage class warfare, and we must remain pacifists when it comes to military adventurism, oppose all war. We must fight for equality for all people. We need to fight for equality, absolute equality for all people. We need to fight for to protect free speech at all costs and freedom of the press, because when we defend all speech, we're also defending our damn freedom of speech. When people like Julian Assange isn't free, none of us are free. Therefore, we're all Julian Assange. And until next time, I am Willie Bragg, and I am going to conclude by saying to you all, music. Take care. Bye-bye.